through the 3-minute drill is what we call it, but it's a 2-make 2-miss drill. And you'll see from the player here in the video that once a player makes 2, they're going to take a step back, and if they make 2 again, they'll take a step back. If they miss 2, they'll step forward. Now, they never go any farther forward than where they're at. The key here is we're trying to develop consistency as the player moves farther away from the rim, but we're also trying to make sure that we're keeping our good form, we're keeping our good timing with our hips and the ball movement going up at the same time. So let's take a look here and we'll kind of break it down as we go. So there we see he made 2 in a row, and although we can't see the hoop, we can see that the player moves back here. So it just takes a step back. I tell him not to worry about the lines at all. Don't worry about if you're on the free throw line, you're at the 3-point line, wherever. You're just going to take a step back from where you start. Get another step back. And there you see the player starting his shot now closer to the free throw line, so it's taking a step forward. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you miss one and make one, you're staying in that same spot. So players shouldn't get too frustrated with missing a shot here and there. But we'll see the rest of this drill. We won't go all 3 minutes, but we'll go through it here and see how the player does. All right, so we can see that the player went up forward sometimes, went back sometimes, but again, it's developing consistency in the shot, trying to use all those things in form shooting, all the timing things that you've been working on, and putting it all in place to develop a shooter who can now shoot from farther out. Moving a player from where we're at here, this is a middle school player, moving him from the white line all the way, say, to the 3-point line or just inside the 3-point line is too far. You need to move him back roughly 12, 15, 18 inches every time and let them develop some consistency from that spot and then continue to move back. We talk to our players a lot about making sure that they are visiting certain spots and living in other spots. So we're going to visit this white line, but we're going to live behind the free throw line for our middle schoolers. My high school players, we'd actually start them right on that free throw line and say, we're going to visit the free throw line, and in between the free throw and the 3-point line, we're going to live behind the 3-point line. So you can visit, you can come in and shoot these, but we want to take most of our shots, be making most of our shots from behind the 3-point line. So that terminology knows that it's okay to miss a couple, but let's get back on track and get back to where we want to be, and that's where we want to live. Depending on the player, it'll be a certain distance, either behind the free throw line or behind the 3-point line, or in between, wherever it is for your player and where they're comfortable.